What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean and Green Lawn Service and Adventures in South Georgia. Hey, hope y'all having a great day today. If I sound a little congested, it's because I am. Man, all that sawdust yesterday, I got to get me some dust mask. I'm not used to working in that dust like that. But anyway, I am headed down here to the shop, and I am fixing to get the Husband of the Year award. That's right. Got my wife's swing built last night, or yesterday, the last video, and she's at work. So I'm fixing to go to the house and put that bad boy up. That way when she comes home, that nice little swing will be hanging on the front porch. Not only that, I just ordered her a new washing machine. Man, like that's just for her. She does wash the clothes, but obviously she washes mine too. So that's for us's, man. Anyway, we bought one, and it's a Maytag, and it might still have a little warranty on it as far as parts go, but now, I don't know. My experience with that stuff is they always try to haggle you around. I took it apart, and it has some rust in the bottom where the gear drive and all was, because I was going to see what was going on, just fix it myself. I like to piddle with stuff. And when I looked at that, I thought, man, I'm finna order me a nothing. So I ordered one from Lowe's, and I need to go pick up some stuff from Lowe's tonight anyway. So it'll be Friday night at the time of this recording. And we'll go and we can go pick it up. I can pick up some lumber that I need. I just like going to Lowe's anyway. So I'll go over there tonight and see what we got there and pick up that new washing machine. So anyway, they had it about I found one almost like the one we had, and it was about they had it on sale. So I said, well, they tell you you're saving $200, but that'd be like taking one of these swings and saying it's $300, but for Christmas we sell them for $225. And the rest of the year too, if you got $225, you know how that is. So anyway, I gotta find my wall spray in here though. Right here, because there's some wasp up there where I need to put the swing at. So all right, let me get this stuff loaded up. All right, so I got up in there, did my measurements to find out. I built a beam for this when I built the house, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I got a little red X right there, and one on that end. So I'm gonna get up there and drill them out and see what we can. Go. I probably could have put this out a little more. I just centered it under here, but since there's nothing to hit on this side, I might have been better off if I'd have moved it over. I just thought it looked funny the way it was mounted up top, if I did that, which is still fine. There ain't no problem with it for sure. Now, I haven't really perfected. I mean, I've been building them like this and people like them, but the issue with the way these chains are, let me show y'all, And I'm sure I could take some time and invest in it and come up with better options. But you know, by the time you put a drink in here, I mean, you just got a tight spot right here between these two chains. Now the only alternative to that I know of would be is if you slid this armrest in and you had these holes either right on the edge, or if you brought the armrest in, well, you couldn't bring it in enough not to have the holes in there, but you could do that and that would give you a little bit more room. But anyway, it's fine, I think, the way it is. It serves the purpose. I'm the kind, I like to put my arm up on something. I like to set it down. In the truck, I got it on the console, or I got it on the door, you know. I just like to support it on something. So anyway, it works. I did take on the template because, again, I hadn't built these in a long time. I did take on my template and I moved this hole back about 1 inch. So on the next ones I build, instead of the cup holder starting here, it's going to come over at least 3/4. Give you a look, because see, like right now, that cup hits the chain, and if you had a Yeti cup or something, or one of them Stanleys, it's definitely going to hit. But I mean, it's still not going to make that big a difference. And I could have, I guess I could, I see how that's coming out. I could still move this hole right here forward about 1/2 inch, and that'd take the chain forward a little bit. But it's just one of those things, I'm just working on it. I remember when I started building these before, you know, the first 3 or 4 were never the same. I kept tweaking and all that. So anyway, there it is, man. I might have to move Darla's bed. Darla sleeps up here. She got her, that's a hammock in that box. My wife said, I bought a hammock because you ain't but built that swing. Well, you can sell the hammock. So Darla sleeps here, and then her food and water bowl's down there. So, and some mums. Anyway. That's what we got going. Although it's all nasty, you can tell we go with black, all black. And I probably should paint this thing black. And after it dries out, if she wants me to, that's what I'll do. I'll take it down and do that. I don't know if you could do them chains. They got a real it's like a zinc, I think. Zinc plated, yeah. So I don't know how well those would hold paint, but we could see. I've never even seen any black chains in kits like this, but they might have them. Anyway, back to the shop. By the way, in case you're wondering, I do not mount swings for the customer. Now I could, but now if it's a friend of mine, somebody I know, you know, and we working together on it, you know, I might help them. But the price to mount them would certainly be expensive. And the reason for that is, if you heard me say in the video, when I built that porch, I made a triple 2x4. It's only a 2x4, but I made a triple 2x4 beam up there that's hanging on. And you know, ideally you almost want a 2x6. If I had it to do over, I would have put a 4x4 up there with a probably maybe a 2x6 on each side, or even a 2x4 on each side. I mean, it's plenty strong. It's not a very wide, it's only a 5-foot span, or probably 60, maybe 66 inches, 5.5-foot span. But the reason I'd have put a 4x4 is so when I put them lags in it, I could have put them right in the middle. And if I were doing one for a customer, for sure I would want to make sure there was plenty of screw to, and I would probably put through bolts in it. You know, but But with a customer, you know, you got to make sure. I'm not gonna hang that on a 2x4. That's what I'm getting at. So you got to be able to get in there and add some beef to it. And you know, when you start doing all that, I mean, it would cost more for the install than it costs for the swing. Because you got to go pick up supplies. You're probably gonna be at the cut. Now I just put that thing up in about 15 minutes, but you know, it's on my own house. I know where everything's at. Probably by the time I got up there and measured and figured out where everything was, I mean, I might have 25 minutes tops in that whole install. But you know, if you're having to drive to a customer's house, you got to go there, you got to look at it, you got to see what they got. If you need to get more material, you got to get more material. Then you got to get in there and put it in, and then it's just a liability, you know. Those chains, which I tell the customers, and I probably should put a tag on there because you know how people are today. So those chains have a 500-pound limit. That's what they're rated for. Now on like a 4-foot swing, you don't have to too much worry about that because you know, the swing is probably, I don't know, maybe 50, 75 pounds. So you still got anywhere from 425 to 450 pounds of weight left. And you know how they test those things. If it says it'll hold 500, it'd probably hold 1,000 all day long, in most cases. But you know, if you start getting into the 5-foot swings, which is what I typically build, I mean, you could get 2 larger people on them. It's not too hard to get 200, 500 pounds on one. So, you know, you could start running a risk there. And probably if I was building a 6-foot, I would probably upgrade the chains on that. They do have some chains that are about 800-pound chains. Now the problem are, last time I looked, a set of those was about $45, $50, I think. That's just for the chains. So, you know, a 6-foot swing would definitely, 6-foot swing with cup holders, I mean, you're over $300. So anyway, let me get in the shop here.